Hey guys, and welcome to Ask Allie, your place for spiritual advice for busy people. Ask Allie is the longest running spiritual podcast on iTunes. I've been helping others there since 2005. You can catch the podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, True FM, Google Play, along with watching it on YouTube. Today is Monday, September 17th, 2018. I want to thank you for tuning in and giving me a listen to. If you'd like to get a reading or have your energy balanced, find out more about me or support the podcast, I'll leave the information below in the show's notes. And don't forget, if you like this episode, please rate it. You know, I didn't realize it was 2 weeks since I did a Ask Allie episode. I thought I just skipped last Monday, but I guess I skipped the Monday before. Which is interesting because I had both Mondays off of work. I don't know. I know I didn't feel good at all last Monday. I keep getting sick. It's probably the weather changes. Like today's all rainy and crappy. We're getting the remnants of Florence. But just yesterday was 87 degrees. Today it's rainy and very cold. So my body, when the temperature goes like that, I end up getting bronchitis, a sinus infection, and it usually turns into pneumonia. I think I caught it ahead of schedule, and as soon as I felt the symptoms coming on, I took care of myself. That was self-care last week. Fingers crossed, because I don't have time to be sick. Now, speaking of time, I have to give some stuff up. I don't know what it's going to be. I've tossed around giving up Ask Allie again, because after doing this 13 years, even with the 2-year break I took, I'm running out of topics, it seems, stuff freshly to talk about. So I'd hate to give it up. But, and I'm thinking about closing down AllieTheist.com as well as MeetSoulfulConnections.com. I spent a lot of money on Meet Soulful Connections for the dating site for metaphysical peeps, but no one is using it. So it just doesn't make sense, correct, to keep going, because this isn't a hobby. This is a business where I need to generate money. My bus driving job, I get paid a little over $15,000 a year for it. And I can't support me, my kid, and all these animals on $15,000 a year. It just doesn't work. So I have to think of something. Next year, my son graduates and joins the Air Force and leaves, which granted, it'll give me more money, but I want to move. And again, to move, I need money. So I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do, what I'm going to give up. But as I've always talked about, if you want to bring something new in, you've got to let go of something old, because you can't do both. Now, part of the new I want to bring in is the Spiritual Entrepreneur Academy. I'm just finishing up my Spiritual Entrepreneur course, which teaches people how to launch their own spiritual business. And I am in the process of putting together different social media that people can buy and use for their own social media. So that's the stuff I want to incorporate. But in order to do that, I've got to give something up. Out-of-body ecstasy, well, that won't shut, because that's my most popular site. I get several thousand people show up a day, so that would be silly. But again, this is a business, and I only make $15,000 a year driving that school bus, so I have to think of something else for my sanity, and so that I can move to a coast, hopefully, that doesn't have a lot of hurricanes. And I don't know what's going on outside. Whatever you guys can hear, if you can hear the noise out there, it just started, so I apologize. But I do live in farm country, and that is farm equipment I hear. What else? Can't think of much right now. So yeah, stuff is going to be leaving. Don't know what yet, and so I can bring new stuff in. 777 again is slated to open during the full moon on October 8th. So if you would like to teach a course, you still have time. Please get a hold of me, and I will send you out the instructor information packet. Okie doke. Email me info@777institute. Now, Oracle card reading for 17th. week of the 17th. Now keep in mind, guys, this is an overview. It doesn't always work out the same for everybody. So although I draw 3 cards, maybe all 3 cards do not pertain just to you. Okay? I am again using the Sacred Traveler Oracle cards by Denise Lynn. I like the cards, I like the color, I like the energy, hence why I keep using them. So let's see what's going to be happening this week. You know, if I close down alliefeast.com, then all the stuff I have there for writing is going to be gone, which would be upsetting. I don't know. Something's got to give. It's got to give. It's got to give. All right. So for this week, let's choose 3 cards. We have card 1. We have card 2. And for kicks and giggles, here is card 3. All right. Let's get this out of here. I'm surrounded by animals. Mr. Felix is right there. You just can't see him. He's just off camera. Sweet Tapia is down here. Oscar, Gandalf. Kitten, otherwise known as Simba. Charlie, Bubba, Gimli. I wasn't calling you. I did say your name. You are absolutely correct. Do you want to come here? Come on. Yes, he does. This is Charlie. And I guess he wants me to hold him for a second, so time out. You know, you interrupted my card reading. I should never have said your name. This is Charlie. You can see him if you're watching the video. Long-haired black cat. He's very pretty. He's very kind and loving. One of the last cats I brought from my old house. Everybody I have is a stray. Everybody had somebody else tossed away. So, try. Come on, kiddo. I gotta go with this card reading. All right. So, first card we got for this week, guys, is Mystic Healer. Healing energy flows through you. When I did the energy reading for those who support the podcast, this week seems to be very healing energy, very loving energy this week. Confidence thrown in there, sexual wellness. So the fact that there is healing energy that flows through you, you have to let it flow through. A lot of times we get energy and it flows through us and it's like, oh, we think, oh, what is that? It feels weird. And we stop it. We cock block it. And it can't go through. So when you can feel the energy going through you, just take a deep breath and allow it to keep flowing. Okay? Don't try to stop it. Second card we have here is Cleansing Waters. Purification activates vibrant life force. That seems to go with the healing energy, doesn't it, guys? Yep. So it's a good time to, if you like to smudge, use some sage or some frankincense. This is a good week to get off any icky energies you may have been carrying around. Because no matter who we come in contact with, no matter who we interact with, whether they're nice or they're mean, we take a little bit of their energy, they take a little bit of ours. We always have that energy exchange. Even if you're just saying hello and you wave, there's still an energy exchange. If you hug someone, there's a definite energy exchange. So you might want to smudge yourself this week. If you don't have sage or frankincense and you don't like either of the scents anyways, bathe with a quartz crystal. If you don't want to bathe with a quartz crystal, or if you would like to zap the energies that you have from the outside when you come in all the time, I recommend that you put a quartz crystal up above your door, your front door, or your back door, whichever one you use the most. That way when you go through the doorway, the crystal's sitting there and it helps to zap out the energy and make it stay. It goes back outside. Okay? And last but not least, guys, solitude. In silence, peace prevails. So this week, with the solitude, keep to yourself. It's not going to be a good week for making big strides at work, for going out and having a good time. This is more about going within and thinking about what is it do you really want? Because believe it or not, what you really want changes over time. It's not always the same. So every once in a while, it's good to do a check-in, reevaluate, and see what we actually want to do. Okay, so to recap, we have Mystic Healer, healing energy flows through you. We have Cleansing Waters, purification activates vibrant life force. Again, if you don't want to smudge, you can take a good shower, take a nice healing bath, put a little bit of lavender in there, essential oil, or if you want to take a bath and put in maybe a rose quartz or an amethyst in the water, that will also be very beneficial. And last but not least, we have solitude. In silence, peace prevails. So time to look within. Don't look outside of you for answers. Everything you want to know is already in there. Okay? And I think when we're in solitude and we're looking within to what we need, having the healing energy go through us and purifying and getting our vibrant life forces going will allow us to listen better to our soul so that we know what the heck we want. Okay? So that is the Oracle overview for the week of September 17th, 2018. Now the topic this week. I thought of this topic by someone posted something on Facebook. I am most grateful for, and it said blank. So I filled it in, which got me to thinking, why being grateful is important. Why is it so important to be grateful? Why did Oprah push it and have, she always had the grateful, what are you grateful for? Your journal. You write down 3 things every day. And every self-help, I don't want to call them gurus because I really don't think there's such a thing. Self-help, popular people that you see on TV and all over Facebook and whatnot. Why everybody pushes it? Because this is what I think. Because other popular people push being grateful, so why is it important? Well, from the time we are born, from the time we are yanked from our mother's womb, even though we don't know it, because we're little wee babies, we are actually already wired at birth to look at things that upset us, to pay attention to those things that upset us. Believe it or not, as a wee one, we're already wired that way. Okay? Then you have the people around us who are older when we're a wee one, and you hear them complaining a lot about the state of the economy, what's going on around them, family, friends, co-workers. So as you grow up, you're already listening to the adults around you complain. So you're wired at birth. Then as you grow up, your environment around you has a bunch of complaining. So, of course, easiest thing for you to do is what? Complain. Because that's what everybody else is doing around you. And then you flip on the TV, or if you watch online, and the news stories. It's always something tragic. Now, Florence was around, and she was a little hussy. Gave some people a problem in the Carolinas. But I know you guys have seen the video of the weather guy from the Weather Channel acting like he's in the middle of some damn monsoon, and 2 people walk behind him just fine. I mean, come on. So, news, the news station, no matter what news station you watch, okay, they sensationalize, no, I can't say it now. I can see it. Anyways, they pump up the bad stuff because it brings in ratings. People are glued to bad stuff. Why? Because we're wired. Why? Because as we grow up, the environment around us is already looking at the negative crap, right? So you put those 3 things, the wired, our environment, the people complaining, the TV, and of course, as adults, when you run into someone at work, hey, how you doing? Most people don't say, oh, I'm fantastic. I just won $50 yesterday in the lottery. My son's doing great at college. My young girl just won, blue ribbon in 4-H. They don't say that. They said, you know what? So-and-so cut me off. The blank, blank, blank. And my mother just won't leave me alone. She keeps calling, offering me advice I don't need. So they brain. So that's why being grateful is important, okay? It trains us, retrains us to focus in on what is going good in our lives. What are we grateful to have? What are we grateful to be doing? So if I asked you right now, pick something that you're grateful for, just one thing. What is it? Just one. Do you have something? For me, and what I answered online at that Facebook post is, I am most grateful for being able to drive other people's kids to school. I'm grateful. I'm grateful that I'm a school bus driver. I like being a school bus driver. I really do. And every time those little children get on, or the big children get on, I greet every one of them. I say bye to every one of them as they leave the bus. I'm thankful that the parents trust me enough as a bus driver to allow their children on the bus to take them to school. Because they could take them to school. They won't like it, mind you, but they could take them to school if need be. There are some bus drivers maybe just don't have are not as grateful to be a bus driver as I am, and maybe it reflects in their driving or how they treat their kids. I don't know. I just know how my bus goes, and I am very grateful for what I do, and I'm very grateful for all my kids. Okay? So, tonight, if you hadn't thought of anything when I asked, think about it tonight. What are you grateful for? You know, I've mentioned it before. I know I have, of a friend on Facebook that every single day she lists something she's grateful for. Every single solitary day. And she's been doing it now. I think she's in year 7. You don't have to list it. You don't have to let other people know. But find something every single day that you're grateful for. Okay? I know it sounds a lot easier than it actually is, because you're retraining your brain. But that brings us here to the end. I want to thank you for joining me here at Ask Allie. If you like this episode, please rate it and tell your friends, especially on iTunes. Please, 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 please. I'm slipping down. I'm heading towards the bottom, so put me back up if you'd be so kind. The more people who follow, the more people hopefully can help have their aha moments. Join me on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. You can catch us at AskAlliePodcast.com or OutOfBodyEcstasy.com. You guys have yourself a fabulous week, and if all bodes well, I should see you guys next Monday. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.